It was worth it. Girl, did you dream of being president?
No.
Or was that,
no.
You couldn't dream of that?
No. I mean, it wasn't even within the realm of the possible for little girls back then. And that's what's so exciting about this campaign, because we have slowly but steadily knocked down all the barriers. And it's important. And look, some people are not happy about the barriers being knocked down. I mean, your former guest, Donald Trump, has refused to actually admit that President Obama is an American, born in America. And for 5 years, he's been hammering in this so-called birther movement, which I think is so sickening. And then he went after a distinguished federal judge because he was born in Indiana of Mexican heritage, called him a Mexican. He went after the Gold Star family, whose son was heroically lost in Iraq because they're Muslims. And I mean, you just have to take a deep breath and say to yourself, what kind of country do we really want? And I want a country where barriers are knocked down and little girls and little boys can feel like they can go as far as their hard work will take them without regard to race and ethnicity and religion and gender and sexual orientation and all of that.
I have two little girls.
I know you do.
And I know they're going to be so psyched that I interviewed you one day. They're going to be asking me about you. So this is a historic night for me to have you here. It's pretty cool.
You know, I know you've got two little girls, and I love kids. I started my professional life working for the Children's Defense Fund, and so for me, figuring out how not just your kids or my grandkids, but all kids get everything they need to go as far as their hard work and talent will take them is really what we should be focused on in our country. And that's what I intend to work on.
We have little boys and girls watching our show. They watch us, and then they want to see you. Why should they grow up to be president? Why should they want to be president?
Well, they should want to be what they want to be. They should follow their dreams, but they should not feel that they bump up against a hard glass ceiling, or that because of who they are, where they were born, who their parents are, or any other circumstance, that somehow the American dream isn't big enough for them. You know, we have to decide in this election what kind of country we want. You know, are we going to be a country that comes together, that respects each other, that celebrates our diversity, which I think is one of our great strengths? Or are we going to be pitted against each other and be divided and have all this bigotry and bullying that's going on? Are we going to get the economy working for everybody, not just people at the top? And are we going to keep the world safe and work with people whose values we share? I think these are consequential questions, but they're also really at the root of who we are as a country and what values we have.
Speaking of pitting against each other, the debate is coming up on September 26th.
Right.
We have Lester Holt moderating. Which Trump are you going to get? Do you have any idea what? Because he seems to be changing a bit.
Well, look, he's trying to somehow convince people to forget everything he's said and done, and I don't think that he's going to get away with that. At least, judge us on who we are, what we've done, what we've stood for. And Maya Angelou has this great line. I admired her so much. I was fortunate enough to get to know her. She said, when someone shows you who he is, believe him the first time. Right?
That is good.
Yeah.
She is amazing.